Dave's Bike Shop, Idaho Falls.
Great bike shop.
Fantastic bike shop.
If you're ever in Idaho Falls and you need anything bike related, stop by Dave's.
Stop by. If you're on your way to Yellowstone, for example, and you need something done to your bike, stop by Dave's. Do it.
It's a beautiful bike shop.
And then this whole thing should just lift up like that.
Is that all keyed? I guess it is.
Yep. Yep, it's all keyed. And then this guy, maybe. Yeah, there's a, yep, plastic shield. Come in. Usually they have little eyelets, but this one doesn't. So we'll see if we can just grab a flat head. Also have to be careful to not launch it to
Yeah, so then
New
you can't
York
ever
City.
see it again.
Exactly. So then just sort
Yeah,
of,
usually they have two little,
exactly,
but I guess you can't really have that with the...
with that little cover. Yep, and then just slowly pop it up.
Oh yeah, that's good.
See this? This is pretty.
Yeah, we love these bikes. They're just not quite low enough for... We want to use them for touring bikes, and so we're afraid when we get them loaded down with bags,
Oh yeah.
Going over the Teton
going
Pass
over the
just won't
Teton
cover.
Pass just won't be
Yep.
enough low gear. So we're hoping these slightly larger rear sprockets. If not, we're gonna have to put smaller ones in the front,
Yeah.
and then get new belts. The guys that sold us the bike said that you can put this one on and still use that belt. So we'll try that. If that's not good enough, then we'll go to a smaller. We'll buy a smaller one of these, and then somehow you got to figure out what size belt you need. But
I'm sure you guys figured it out.
There's a whole belt calculation.
it's a great system, though. Super quiet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There we go. So what I'm actually doing.
Oh, I
is
see.
those
The little
teeth.
spring. Those are little.
Yep. I think this guy pumped back in.
Oh yeah, that relieves the pressure, doesn't it? Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
Sweet. Grab that guy from there.
The bigger one goes on?
Yeah, the bigger one goes on.
Yep. Sweet. This one's got a little bit different shape to it. See the difference in
Oh yeah.
the mounting?
As you can see, our friends at Priority, this is not the right one.
That's the new gear that was supposed to be installed, but it's not the right one.
It is not the right one. It's got an offset on the hub. The center of this is an offset. The one that are on the bikes are flat. And then this internal spline geometry, not the same. Won't actually go on these bikes. So we contacted Priority. They apologized for the mistake and said they are going to ship us their correct ones.
Yes.
But anyway, no new beers today for climbing. We're gonna go for a ride anyway because it's a beautiful day, but we won't. A little disappointed we're not gonna be able to try out the new gear on the Priority, but we'll still enjoy the day.
Yes.
So we're gonna get going.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are? What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of? I wonder.
Hi.
Hey, we're gonna get a beer.
Yeah, we made it about 21 miles, something like that, and we're gonna stop at the tap and fill. And this, while we were locking up our bikes, this piece of tumbleweed came and blowed up on us. Just tumbled on, just tumbled to us, didn't it? What did you get?
Oh, a really good mango and stash, whatever that means, IPA. It's really good.
It's really good. Wow, it's really good.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I like that. It's like
Yeah.
a hazy IPA.
It tastes like another.
One week later.
We're back. It's what, 1 week? 1 week later? Anyway, we're back at Dave's Bike Shop. We got the new gear, and they're gonna put them in. MB's at the post office mailing the wrong gears back. And they're a little busier today than last time, so they can't get us in while we wait. So we're gonna have to leave the bikes and come back around 1 or 2 o'clock. So I guess we'll walk home. You just have to be flexible sometimes. Springtime in Idaho. Probably can't see that, but all the trees are starting to turn. Getting some leaves. What is it? What day is it? You know what it's not today?
A work day.
It's not a work day.
It's April 29th. Since it's not a work day, we're gonna go for a bike ride, and we're finally gonna give y'all the review on these Apollos and the new gears we had installed.
Yep. We're gonna go climb the halfway to Bone.
Same route we did the first time with these bikes.
Yeah, we won't go all the way to Bone, but I've loaded mine up pretty good with my panniers, and we're gonna go climb a hill we're now familiar with, and well, we'll let you know how it goes. We took a trip to Grand Teton National Park,
which you'll see next week.
That'll be next week, but we had some fender issues on our last ride with these bikes. So I spent the day futzing around with the fender some more, and it's really difficult. I'm getting the idea of what I need to do to fix the problem long term. So I think there's still some work to do to fix it once and for all, but it's good enough for today.
Today we're gonna go right up the hill we're familiar with that we did 2 times before on these bikes. This is the first time with this gear ratio.
Yep, we got the new 26 tooth cogs installed, so we'll let you know how it goes.
We're gonna go have lunch up there.
Yep, we'll see you there. One wheel! One wheels are awesome!
They're fun.
Well, less snow. Almost all the snow's gone up there. A few weeks makes a big difference. It's been about a month, I guess. Well, we're starting the climb. It's about 5% grade here. And if I recall, with the other gears, I was probably already in the lowest gear, and I am not yet. So I do think there's a difference. Plus, I have a lot more weight today. I'm carrying a lot more weight, so it seems better. What do you think, MB?
I can't talk.
She's back there pedaling. Still in some gear other than low. It's hard though, but it's doable. I'm a high cadence rider anyway. I prefer a lower gear. I think they're better on my knees. I just figured it out by downshifting to first. I've been in 3rd gear, climbing these 5% grades. It's now 6, 7%, 6.5 to 7, and I'm now in 2nd gear. Before I was in 1st gear for sure. So there's definitely a difference. Definitely a difference. It is better. Great day to be out here. A few times we've been up here, there was snow everywhere here. You could see on that hill over there, there were some snowmobile tracks. There was snow. It's all gone, and the sagebrush is turning. The sagebrush is blooming the beautiful sage green. How you doing, MB? I'm super glad I wore shorts today. If it was windier, it would be different maybe, but it's nice and calm so far.
Yeah, I'm definitely warm enough. Not regretting the pants.
It's good.
I don't mind being warm. I hate being cold.
Yeah.
I am liking the lower gear.
Yeah.
I'm not carrying any weight though. This chair I'm carrying doesn't count. Let's see if we can go to 1,000 feet.
Yeah. We're at 640, so I'm gonna guess we'll be at.
We'll go by my altimeter.
Oh, that's right. It says what?
680.
Okay. I went into high gear. Still plenty of on the high end for me. I could even take this bike lower geared, but I don't think it's necessary. At least not yet. Okay, so now we're climbing this pretty long hill. It's going between 5 and 6%. And I shifted down to first. just first is certainly low enough, but I could probably go higher, but there's a pretty big ratio gap between first and second. So second's just maybe slightly too much, but first definitely good. But it also makes me think I could climb much steeper hills in this first gear.
Oh, did you see that deer up there? I hope the camera caught that. I think Brentley can see it.
I didn't see a posted sign on the gate, so
I didn't either.
this will be a pretty good test. This looks like a good spot for lunch. We decided to go up this way just a little bit further. So I'm trying my bike out no trail style. Hi, we made it up that little dirt road. Found this a nice place for lunch. Got a great view of the valley, mountains on the other side.
It's a great place to have lunch. Bikes are parked there.
There's the bikes. We need kickstands.
Yeah, we need to get kickstands.
So show everybody the view. Isn't it pretty?
We probably need to talk about the gear ratio.
Oh yeah.
Gear. I honestly think I need more.
Not surprised.
Yeah, that's not surprising. I think we're gonna have to change the front gear cog on my bike at least.
And get a new belt.
And the belt.
Let's talk to the guys at Priority, see what they...
But it's fine when I don't have anything on my bike. I didn't have any luggage except for my chair.
You have trouble coming up this road?
No added weight. I did okay coming up this road. I did, but I would have been happier with lower gear.
Yeah, well... we'll look into it.
Yes.
I'm probably okay.
Yeah, I bet you're okay. It was a really beautiful view for our lunch. And we're gonna take this dirt road back to Sunnyside and take Sunnyside home and maybe pedal in through the neighborhood we saw down there.
There's where we had lunch. We only took pictures and we left footprints. That's what you do.
This looks steep. Testing out the gears here. Oh, what grade do you think that is?
I don't know, I'm about to tell you.
I don't want to know if I'm climbing it. You can tell me at the top,
Okay.
if I make it.
Oh, you'll make it!
That is really steep.
It's not that steep.
I have all the confidence Brentley will make it up that hill. I'm already in my lowest gear. Nope, I'm done. I bet this is 18%. It's hard to walk up. Whew. Oh my gosh, it keeps going. Steep part's over. He's gonna give us a report on what percentage that was. My guess is 18%. Well,
Easy peasy.
yeah.
20%.
20! Wow. I guessed 18.
No, it was a lot of 18. I saw 20. I don't know if it went higher than that.
Yeah.
But it was around 20 at the steepest. Yeah, I could do it. I don't know if I could do it for very long. I could do it all day.
Thankfully that wasn't for very long. I walked most of it.
This is 9% right here. I could do this all day. This is 10%. I could do this all day. Be a long day. Guess where we made it to.
3 guesses, the first 2 don't count.
And as long as your first guess is the brewery. Well, it was like 30 miles. 30 miles. The last time I looked, it was 15-ish hundred feet. Yeah, so we made it over here to the brewery. But beautiful day. Yeah, we're gonna enjoy this beer, and then we're gonna head back to Frank's, and we'll summarize our Apollo review. There's Dad.
Awesome.
Okay. Hi. We wanted to give everybody a 150-mile update on the Apollos. We've had lots of great comments. For those of you who left comments, thanks. We love the interaction. We're still super excited about these bikes and love to share our findings and our experiences. So if you got specific questions, please leave a comment and we'll get back to you. But this is Buses, Bikes, and Beers, so the first thing I gotta do is cheers. The Apollo. We're gonna go through our 150-mile experience. I'm gonna start with the basic bike. This is designed, sold as a gravel bike. The frame, very well built. Geometry, very good. We've had no issues with the geometry. It feels very nice actually. It's got a longer wheelbase than our road bikes that we've ridden many miles on, which gives the bike actually somewhat of a smoother ride, right? As you think about the longer wheelbase. So we do like that about it. The tires, we're really enjoying the wider tires for the type of riding that we've been using these for. In Idaho, there's lots of loose gravel on the road. We've even done some dirt. We've done a little bit of gravel road riding. In all of those circumstances, the bike is very stable. These tires seem to be performing very well. These tires are designed with knobbies on the outside edge, and they're flat or smooth in the center. So when you're riding on the road, it's not noisy or bumpy or loud or whatever. And then with these knobbies on the sidewall, where the radius of the tire starts to come around off the flat spot that would hit the road, that actually gives the tire some stability in gravel, loose gravel. So that's been our experience. Good tires. The only problem we've had with the tires, I did get a puncture. Probably wouldn't have caused me trouble if I was running tubeless. It probably would have sealed itself. So we're considering going tubeless, but haven't made that decision yet. But overall, happy with the width of the tire. The tire is a good all-around road gravel-ish tire. Okay, so the brakes are fine. No issues with the brakes. They work very well. They don't make a bunch of noise. We've had no issues with the brakes. Now, 150 miles, and we have done some downhill coming back from Bone. So good experience with the brakes. No problems with the brakes. The drivetrain is really the best part of the bike in a way. It's zero maintenance. It's unbelievably smooth and quiet. Shifts fantastic. It's a different shifting that you have to get used to, and when you switch between two types of bikes, you just have to remind yourself, because When you shift this, you really want to stop pedaling, or at least take the tension out of the drivetrain. On a road bike, that's, you know, with a traditional derailleur, it's the opposite. So now the advantage of this is when you pull up to a stop sign or a stoplight or whatever, and you have to stop suddenly and you don't have time to downshift, you can just shift it into first while you're sitting there and you start out in first. So that's pretty cool. But love the drivetrain. The hub is heavy, so it does make the bike a little bit rear heavy, but that hasn't, as far as I can tell, that hasn't affected the dynamics of the bike in terms of bike stability at all. And in fact, we just took a trip up to Bone where I had panniers on that had quite a bit of weight in them, and so it even made the back, shifted the CG even more towards the back, and again, it was fine. No issues with steering of the bike. We did have, this was the standard 24 tooth cog that is here. And we did change it to this one, which is 26, which makes the gear ratio higher. We had a bike shop do it. You could do it yourself if you had some instructions, or if you were an expert and didn't have any concerns about tearing into this. It's a snap ring. These splines, the splines here, they're designed like little springs, see, so that you can sort of bend them down. Those snap into a groove in the hub, which retains it from this direction, and you got to pop those off and sort of pry this thing off. I was happy to have somebody do it, but again, if you're a competent bike mechanic, I don't think you're going to have any issue. The wheel ends up moving all the way forward because we use the same belt. And so with this cog being larger, we had to move the center line between the crankshaft and the axle closer together so we could use this belt. And it pretty much used, you can see here, it's almost completely used all of the travel in the frame. But that's okay. I'm happy with this new gear. I think it's good for climbing. We did, as you saw in the video, we did a short 20% climb, and I had the bags on. That was fine for me. I wouldn't want to do a mile of 20%, but short distances, and I think I could easily do a 10% grade for quite a while. So I'm happy. MB probably still wants to go a little lower, which will mean we'll have to change the front cog, probably have to change the front cog, or a bigger rear cog if we can find one. But what it really means is we're gonna have to calculate a new belt length and order a new belt. Not the end of the world. We'll figure that out, and we'll keep you guys updated as we do that. Okay, so that covers the basic bike. Really happy with it. If you're thinking about an Apollo as a gravel bike or a combination road gravel bike, highly recommend it. We added some stuff, and I'm going to talk about that now. We added this rack to hers, rear rack of mine. We bought these racks from Apollo, although they're not Apollo branded, but we bought them. They fit perfect, no issues with the racks. These are interesting. These are the water bottle cages from Salsa that we bought, and they have a side entrance, so you can put the bottle in from the side or from the top. Really like them. If you're in the market for a pretty nice water bottle cage,
They're reversible also.
well, that's right. You can put this opening on either side if you're a lefty or a righty or whatever. So. And they're the bottles do not come out of there. So it's not like they're gonna pop out of that side exit. So that's good. Really the only complaint I have about these bikes are the fenders. We bought these fenders. Now, it wasn't really intended to have fenders, and most gravel bikes don't have fenders. We wanted fenders because we are gonna use these to tour, and the front fenders are fine. No, the front fenders went on just fine. The rear fenders are very problematic. There's just not a lot of clearance with these tires, and those nubby things rub all the time, and it's really hard to get them adjusted. I think part of the problem is this plastic bracket. You can see here, if you zoom in here, we don't even have this thing attached. This has little grippers that are supposed to grab underneath the fender. You're supposed to grab the fender and hold it up like this, which you think would be better. But when you do that, it somehow does something else.
Makes this rub.
Makes it rub in the back. It's just, we've been futzing with it and futzing with it. We're not there yet. I think it's one of these things where I'm just gonna have to continue to refine it and bend some of the struts to get the fit. It's just a really tight clearance. I thought I had mine adjusted, and a couple of days ago when we did some hill climbing, every time I go over a bump, it would start to rub, and I'd have to reach down there and tweak it. And anyway, the fenders are, and I don't know if there are better fenders out there. If you guys know of a better fender than these that you would recommend, I would love to hear, because I would be happy replacing these with something that caused me less frustration. But that's our review of the bike, the Apollo 11. We're looking forward to taking them on some long rides.